Welcome back to What Are Tea Noobs? This is a KV-2. It's a Tier 6 Soviet heavy tank. It's located on the south spawn of Cliff, and this one is under the command of Spybot AF. And he sent us in a couple of replays featuring a couple of tanks that he played in the past couple of days. No introduction necessary really for the horizontal arty. Yes, because its course is an M10 howitzer mounted on top of a KV-1 tank with a different turret, and they called it the KV-2. They only produced 210 of these. They produced 110 of them in 1940 and another 100 in 1941, but they stopped making it after that. And in fact, actually, KV-2s were quite limited in what they could do, mainly down to the fact that the turret was so heavy that there was little they could actually do to shoot at targets. It was they had to actually balance the thing on the ground correctly, otherwise it could actually fall over if it fired. Well, the enemy's bold. Oh! He got a kill with his first shot in the game and on the move at the same time. That was almost miraculous. Shall we see that one again? Oh, it's worth seeing again. He aims. Oh, perfect. He aimed for the spot, not for the actual target. And the shell went straight into the vehicle as it went past. So, beautiful kill there by Spybot AF. Especially good, considering he was on the move at the time. You don't expect that to happen. Well, there is arty on both teams. The enemy's got an M44. We've got one as well. So, we do have support. The question is, will the M44 be able to support us? Will they want to, actually? We're going up into this corner, going around the hill. Around the cliff, I should say. We've got a Type 58 to our right who should be able to spot the enemy ahead of us. He hasn't found anyone yet. There is a T29 on the enemy team, Tier 7. It's a Tier 7, or Tier 8 game actually, with Tier 6 tanks in it. And the T29's been spotted. There he is. Hello. Oh, he takes a big hit. That's a lovely one. 897 there. Reloading straight away. In fact, I think he's gone to the premium ammo. He fired, I think it was an HE round, but he actually got, he's now firing the premium 700 Alpha, 136 to 128 millimeters of pin. It is much easier to actually kill enemy tanks with a direct hit. You can take on Tier 8s with the premium ammo. I've seen it done. In fact, somebody who loaded nothing but premium ammo into KV-2. It was an expensive game, but he was taking down Tier 8 tank after Tier 8 tank. And it was just phenomenal to watch him do it. Pretty sure I've got that replay somewhere in our list. It might be on the playlist for KV-2s. We do actually have one. Okay, so he's dialing in on this one. Doesn't want the shell to go wide. And he gets another kill. T-3485. So that's 2 kills now. He didn't actually get the kill on the T-29. He did get 897 off the guy. The first kill was the Stackhound. Second kill, the T-3485. There is a Super Hellcat up there. So he's going to take his time, let this one dial in. Quite a bit of dispersion with this shell. Fires it in, and he doesn't get the kill. That's bad news. Obviously, the shell went high. We can see the Super Hellcat again. It looks like he pulled back. The standard reload is 23.01 seconds. He's got 21.92. He's going for the Super Hellcat again. The Jackson just went down. Oh, and the Super Hellcat died just before he was ready to fire. But he did fire anyway. So it's a good game so far. In fact, there's only 4 enemy tanks left in this one. And they've got 1 heavy tank, 2 tank destroyers, and the arty. The heavy tank is actually a KV-2R, the premium version. We can see he's way down at the far west side. It's a long shot when we do get around to shooting at him, but we'll go for the Scorpion first because although he's much smaller, he's sitting there and he's gone as well. So that's his third kill of the game, but the Jackson did get a hit into us, but luckily it was only an armor-piercing shell, and I kind of understand why the Jackson got 96 because that seems to me to be a 75mm shot rather than a 90mm shot. The enemy RT's to our right. He's aiming for the KV-2R. He's hoping he'll back out of that little corner. T20 doesn't want to go around the corner at the moment. He's to... but the M6 has popped up, and here we go. Our M6 is trying to get a shot. The Type 64's gone in to dig him out. And he's out the game, and that's it. Game over. So, a really good game for Spybot AF. Well, that was a very unusual first shot. As I said at the time, it's almost unheard of that you're on the move and you get a direct hit on the target and wipe them out with your first shot in the KV-2. Unless, of course, you yell Stalin or Russia as you do it. And, of course, now that has bad connotations. But anyway, that apart, the fact is that this is horizontal RT, so it's honorably an RT kill, but it's out of a heavy tank. Well, that was the second-class tanker for Spybot AF in the KV-2. He managed to get a Viper effect for doing more damage than hit points to his own vehicle, but he missed out on getting a Bruiser medal, actually, because he just didn't get enough module hits. And his win rate from the game, 5,361, which is Super Unicum standard, and quite a bit more. It's just really that he didn't get enough shots off, I suppose you could say. And then two of the shots he fired, unfortunately, missed the target. They... either the target was already dead or the shell went too high. If we look at the team score, we can see the highest damage in the game, but wasn't 20% of the enemy hit pool, was Spybot. He got 2,169 hit points. Second highest damage in Churchill 7, 1,873. And the third highest damage was the Yak Panther on his team with 1,657. When it came to kills, it was actually the Type 58 who got the most. He got 4 kills, and I presume that actually did include the T29 on the enemy team, because after Spybot hit him, he then hit him with an 85mm round, and that was the end of his game. We picked up, Spybot picked up 3 kills in that one, and 2 kills went to the Super Hellcat. We saw perched up on that spot. We fired at him twice, but he died by the time the second shot went out from Spybot. When he came to base XP, he's actually in third place because the Churchill managed 1,056, the Type 58 managed 796, and we were just behind him with 778. Let's go to the detail. He only fired 6 shots. Spybot was very, very cautious, and 2 of those shots didn't do anything at all. We saw them. 4 shells got direct hits, 3 of them penetrated, and 1 splashed. 2,169 hit points of damage, and 315 of those were at more than 300 meters. 1 hit received, 1 penetrating shot, that was from the Jackson. 4 enemy vehicles damaged, 3 killed, and he earned 17,740 credits on a free-to-play account and 1,556 experience points as well. So a pretty fast and good game with the KV-2, although he didn't get a chance to fire very much in that game, mainly down to the fact that he played very, well, I would say it's not cautiously, but he did play very cleverly because he was clever to actually try and use his very small gun depression, because this tank doesn't have much, only 7 degrees of gun depression, but he did use it to a good effect to make sure that he didn't get hit. The only time he did get hit was with the Jackson, but it was already too late for the game because the game was already effectively over by then. But it was only 1 shot, and it was a minor one at that. But he was cautious, but he played clever. So that's the end of the first game, but we do have a second one. So let's have a look at that one right now. The second game is in the AT-15A, which is a British Tier 7 premium tank destroyer located on the south spawn of Ghost Town. Game on. Well, yes, it is a premium actually, so you can buy this one in the shop. It's one of the tank destroyers that they designed on the way to trying to make the Tortoise to destroy the Siegfried line. And of course, it wasn't actually necessary, and they never went ahead and actually built one. So it was just part of the project, you might say. They actually designed it in 1943. That was when they actually got around to it, but it wasn't actually put into production. Did have a 17-pounder main gun, which is 76.2 millimeters caliber. It's a high velocity gun with a reasonably fast fire rate as well. He just spotted an enemy tank. 4.12 seconds is the normal reload time, and he's got a reload time of 3.93. Now it does have exceptionally thick armor at the front, 228.6 millimeters. Was it 228.6, 152.4 on the sides. He's trying to get an advanced position. Yes, he can shoot from here, and the P-43's 90mm round just bounces straight off. You've got to watch out. There's somebody flanking him with KV-1, trying to get him from the side, so it's not working because that KV-1 just can't penetrate him. Hasn't got enough oomph, you might say. Hello, Mr. KV-1. Oh no, didn't let that one dial in fully. This will work. Yeah, it does. And the KV-1's bound to pull back now. Yeah. He did actually finally get a pen, but it was only when he used APCR that it finally happened. And oh, we're bouncing rounds from a 40 TP. So we're bouncing a lot of shots. Oh, now he's turning his turret wrong and side on. Yes, gets the kill. That was good. Made a big mistake there. But now the enemy's got an AT-15A, and of course he's got less damage than we've got at the moment, but he's soon accumulating it. Now there are a few weak spots. There's a cupola on top, which of course is a weak spot. And if you can get the sides of the vehicle, then of course you can pen, which is what the KV-1 did in the end. He resorted to the premium rounds, and they did go through. Okay, we can get that 40 TP. In fact, he's firing HE now because he cannot get through with standard AP. He could fire 90mm with the APCR, but he's actually, the P-43 business is out of the game now. So, well, that AT-15A's positioned himself just right to avoid our shells, but we're going to actually come forward. Oh, no, that is a E-25. It's a tier 7 game with tier 5 tanks in it. The AT-15A just went down, so as we're going past, I think we're going to get behind that wall. No, he's decided to go straight forward. He's not worried about the E-25 in the slightest, and now he's going to take on this 40 TP's auto-aimed on, and he's just going to unleash until the guy is dead. Well, he managed to get round the corner. If we go round the corner, there's a KV-2 to our left. We've got to watch out there because he could hit us. But, oh, we managed to squeeze past without the KV-2 getting us. And slight ram. And there's the kill. It must be that the KV-2 was, or was it a KV-2? May have been a T-52 actually. Maybe I was wrong. But he's now unleashing on this E-25. Just misses the ram. Gets a nudge, I suppose you might say. The E-25 is doing the correct thing. He's actually trying to use his speed, but now he's actually got a problem. He can't get behind us because we can just back up against the wall, and the ram this time does work. Now he takes one hit from an M44. The enemy RT is an M41 and an M44. Ours is a Guerrilla and an M44. Now, we don't know precisely where the Guerrilla is, but I suspect the M44 is in the corner, and the Guerrilla's probably in the dip, in which case that Guerrilla might be able to get a shot on us, depending on where he is. We're working on the basis the M10 is directly in front of us. There he is. Hello. One shot. Didn't get the kill. We do have 4 kills so far, and now we're going out to the open to go over to the M44. There's only 3 enemies left. The T-67's the tank destroyer with them. Oh, it was an M41, not a... Oh, that's the guerrillas on our team. Okay, so the T-67 takes 1 hit. He's out the game. Going for the M44. Gets 1 hit. Looks like the other one got it wrong. 1 more shot to kill. No, he's gone. And it's just the M41 now. Oh. There he is. And he's gone. And that's it. That's the end of the game. We lost our screen as well. Well, losing the screen was actually an error at the server, not actually on the client at this end. So something obviously went wrong at the server end. He managed to get an ace tanker out of that game, Spybot AF in the AT-15A. He also got a fire for effect for doing more damage than hit points to his own vehicle. He got a fighter badge for getting at least 4 kills. He got 4 exactly, as well as a shell proof for blocking more damage than hit points to his own vehicle. A duelist for taking down 2 tanks who damaged him. A bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. In fact, he got 8. And a hand of God for surviving the battle and received damage from at least 4 different enemy tanks or more. He got the high caliber for dealing the most damage in that game overall, and he got the steel wall for blocking the most damage and, of course, surviving. His win rate from that game was 12,641, which goes to show that the AT-15A can be quite powerful in the hands of somebody who knows how to use it and knows its weaknesses. So he did actually know its weaknesses, and actually he was able to rattle off a lot of damage on the enemy sitting behind that mound of rubble, with the KV-2 trying to shoot him in the side, but other tanks trying to shoot him from the front. Let's have a look at the team score. Well, the highest damage was 3,873. Nobody else got more than 2,000, actually, funnily enough. And the next highest scorer turned out to be the Skoda T25 on his team, 1,678. The third highest scorer was the Panther M10 on the enemy team, 1,345. When it came to kills, we can see the highest scorer again was Spybot with 4. 2 kills went to the Skoda T25. Everybody else only got 1 kill. And in fact, the enemy team only got 3 kills at all in that game. And when it came to base XP, he was the only player to get over 1,000 base with 1,555. 839 to the Skoda T25. 540 went to the AMX 12 ton. 42 shots fired, 32 of those were direct hits, and 27 of them were penetrations. 3,873 hit points, of which 422 were at more than 300 meters. So it only did a small amount of damage at long range, most of it close range. 37 shots received, but only 4 of those penetrated. 24 non-penetrations and 10 hits by way of splash damage. A lot of players did actually give up trying to fire AP at him. They just started firing HE because it's the only thing they could do under the circumstances. Well, not quite true. They could have got behind him and shot him in the rear, but of course that was the difficulty. Trying to get behind him was a real problem. 3,745 hit points of damage blocked by armor. 4 enemy vehicles spotted, 9 enemy vehicles damaged, 4 killed, and 753 hit points of damage assist. On a free-to-play account, he actually made 56,736 credits from the game, and he also made 3,317 experience points, plus of course he got 2,000 free experience for a mission completion. So a very good game in the AT-15A to go with that KV-2 game that he sent in. I suppose actually he saved them up, but in fact actually they both games were on the same day. You can see this because they both said 6th of April, and of course today is the 7th of April, so he sent them in last night. And you can see they weren't that far apart actually, because this game took place at 22 minutes to 7, and this one was at 5 minutes past 7. So they weren't quite consecutive. But I wouldn't be surprised if he did take a gap and then he played the next game and it was this one. But there you go. So really good game by Spybot. If you enjoyed those replays, please give this video a like. Do subscribe to our channel. Leave a little comment down below because it feeds the algorithm and the algorithm likes its nom-noms. And thank you for watching.